Hey, what is up guys? It is Harrison Barron, and thank you guys so much for checking out my channel. Now, obviously this looks very different than what it normally would look like when I'm recording in my studio. However, I just left the client's office and I came up with this really good idea, and just kind of hearing him speak and things like that, and I wanted to share it with you guys. So the idea is there's a lot of change happening right now in the world, and because of that, there's so much movement, there's so much change and things like that, and because of that, there's a lot of people currently laid off, furloughed, unemployed, fired, whatever you guys want to call it, but currently they're not working. There's also a lot of companies that are growing outrageously fast, and because of that, this now gives them a whole new pool of talent to start thinking about when it comes to hiring new people, when it starts to come to filling new positions, and ultimately some of the people that had jobs, unfortunately, are not going to have those jobs. Companies now have an excuse to get rid of employees because of this whole thing. And because of that, companies are going to change and move, and there's going to be a massive shift in employment. So you're probably thinking, Harrison, why on earth are you even talking about this, right? Well, I preach LinkedIn, and I think LinkedIn is probably the most impressive platform there is out there. Well, now you guys can take a moment, and sorry, the sun is beating down on my eyes and I can barely see, but you could start to think, hey, you know what? Now is the time to clean up my LinkedIn, to make things look better online, to make me more hireable down the road, right? Start to clean up your resume, because as soon as this whole thing's over and the economy kind of starts to get kickstarted, right? It's not going to be immediate, but there's going to be a massive amount of change that's going to be happening. And ultimately, the reason why I'm making this video is because I want you to take advantage of the crazy shift and change that is going to ensue in the very near future. Now, the reason behind this is because you have the free time now, right? A lot of people currently aren't working. They're either furloughed or whatever it is, and there's really no start date for most people. So because of that, now is the time to leverage things like LinkedIn, right? To leverage building your resume and getting a proper resume writer. All of these different things can happen, and when these things happen, now you're preparing, you're getting yourself ready for the future, for potentially success down the road, right? Because you have the free time, you have the time to sit there and go through your LinkedIn profile, make it as clean as you can, watch some of these videos, right, and learn as much as you can about it, but ultimately really building your digital presence and connecting with people that could potentially employ you down the road. So because of this, these are things that you want to think about when it comes to whether or not you're going to work, whether or not you're going to work. You might even realize, hey, I could do my job remotely, right? This is something to think about. Hey, I can apply to different companies because I've proved in my last company I could work effectively. And making sure you put that down in your resume, right? This is a massive change for most people. And because of that, you have to figure out how to leverage this. You can't play the victim if you want to be successful. You have to supersede that. You have to go out and get creative on different ways that not only you can be employed, but saying, hey, I do this. These are the reasons why. And ultimately changing that from a potential loss to a potential win. And now making employers say, hey, you know what? So-and-so might be working remotely, but on the flip side of things, I could provide crazy value. I can say, hey, you know what? I can work remotely and be just as efficient, if not more efficient for your company. And here's why, right? This is what happened when I was at my company. This is what happened when we were working remotely. This is what we did in downtime. Now you can add this to your resume and give yourself another layer of potential success going forward. You might be thinking, Harrison, this sounds absolutely crazy. Why would I even want to take you up on your advice, right? You got to think about it. You have literally nothing to lose. You might be unemployed. You might soon be unemployed. You might be furloughed. Whatever thing that happened to you might have happened. Heck, if you're lucky enough to be employed, then you could potentially skip this video. But regardless, there's a lot of downtime to be had. Start to leverage that downtime. Start to make the most of that downtime. So ultimately, when this market does kick back up and you can start to go out in the market and people are willing to hire you, you have a tremendous leg up on everybody else because you've leveraged your downtime. You've made yourself more marketable, more hireable, and because of that, you're now going to have more career success going forward, right? So take the negative, turn it into a positive, and succeed. It sounds absolutely crazy, I promise you guys, but you have literally nothing to lose and the world to gain because of this massive change, and I want you to take advantage of it. That's why I'm making this video, right? I don't feel like standing outside getting blasted in the eyes by cloudy skies and bright light and not the most appealing building in the background, but it's so important to me. That's why I'm taking the time out to make this video, because it's on my mind, and I can't wait to get to the studio So I just decided to make it here in literally a parking lot where there's nobody around because there's literally nothing going on, right? I'm gonna take you guys on a little 360 here, but there is nothing going on here, right? It's pretty wild, right? There's nobody out here. So take the time, take the advantage of not having these things happen and put yourself ahead of other people, put yourself ahead of other candidates, and use this time wisely, get the upper hand, and start to go chase that career. Maybe chase a career change that you were hoping for. Now is that perfect time to go chase that career change, to go chase that new position, to go chase a potentially open role, right? You wanted to move up the ranks, but there was somebody blocking you. Maybe that person got a job and you didn't even know about it, and now that spot's open. Start to make yourself more marketable, and it's going to pay off in heaps and bounds later on down the road, right? This is just a tremendously transformative period. I'm not saying it's good by any stretch of the imagination, but take advantage of it while you can. All right, guys, my name is Harrison Barron. Thank you guys so much for checking out this video. I know this video is totally like not the normal, but I really hope you guys did find value in this because it's something that I thought about. I think it's absolutely worth exploring and spending time. Fortunately for me, I do have my own business, but a lot of people don't, and that's totally fine. Just leverage this opportunity right now, and I promise you it's gonna succeed. Other than that, have a great day, stay safe, and if you guys enjoyed this video, hit subscribe, hit like, leave a comment down below on what you guys found the most valuable, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Until then, bye.